Yeah, you know what it is. Eagles Way of Boxing. Huh? Pay attention. Pay attention, children, on this Friday rap. I was just saying these polarized lenses. Now I got to do it all. But welcome to the check. I do it all over again. Look, see, you get to see how I see. You can see how I can see. That's it. Like that there. But I'll be putting them on so I don't have two. My eyes don't aren't so squinchy. Is that the word? Squinchy? Well, even if it's not, I'm gonna use it anyway. So my eyes aren't so squinchy, so I'll use it up. Lala D, salute to Lala D. She says, Cynthia, you not all that. And I told her, of course I'm all that and some. She said, I can't hear what you're saying. Get it together. It's always together, baby. That's how I roll. I roll with everything together. You know, we got some fights coming up. Let's see what we got, and um, let's discuss if we will or will it's not. This is Friday Rap. I gotta do. I gotta go to work. You guys will be getting off work. I'll be going to work. We got this promotion coming up. Nobody wanted to talk about the Moxaya fight. Nobody want to talk about the Abdulayev fight with Nunez. Nobody want to talk about that. Ritson versus Davies. Nobody want to talk about none of the fights. So we're not getting fights that we want. And I heard that somebody. I will let you guys bring it up. Uh, we got so Balagun is fighting. So Balagun is fighting tonight. That's heavyweight. I'm not saying put all your chips on Balagun, but let's see what he got. You know, let's just see what he got tonight. Okay, no, let's not start no trouble. Let's see what he can do. Right? But they fighting over in. Looks like they fighting over in Armenia. But we'll see what he do. Anyway. If you start off, I put it this way: if you start off traveling around like that to get fights, there's a good chance that you want to do something with your career. If you're already traveling, you know, when you travel that early in your career, then you probably want to do something with your career. I'll fight him over there. You know, you're already on that good. You're already on that good one because you saying, "Hey, I'll fight somebody anywhere, any place, anytime." You pulling that Mike Tyson on people, right? I'll fight any of them, any place, anytime. It don't matter. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see a lot of people keep bringing up this whole thing with race and stuff. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop with the whole race thing. And what we're gonna do instead of worried about instead of worried about the whole race or whatever they want to call it, Instead of worried about that, let's talk about, just what we need to do. I got a different way of looking at things than a lot of people have to look at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of different ways to look at it. And um, let's say, for instance, just if you want to use that card, if you want to go there, uh, I'm gonna put it this way instead. That to be separated is one thing. So if you're just separated, so if you get separated, you know what I mean. So if you get separated, so here we go, we separate you by force, like we want you to be over here. That is the work of some. That is tyrannical works. But if you separate yourself, I'm gonna be honest with you. That could be something that's absolutely. That could be beautiful. That could be wonderful. If you separate yourself. If you separate yourself, that could be something more wonderful. Because now, when you separate yourself, you are the one who makes you make the standard. You understand? You are the one that's making the standard because you are the one that separates you. This is it. You see, if you get separated, then one can impose a certain standard upon you, and they could, um, through many ways of manipulation, they can um, categorize you and classify you and more or less, put you in a nutshell just because of the classification. But if you hold yourself to a highest of standards, the highest of self esteem, the highest of values, the highest of responsibilities, and the highest of, productivities and just standard in ways of life, then you have elevated yourself to a higher status, even though you have become the one that separated. You separated yourself. And then now you have to look back, oh, why would I not want to separate myself in order to gain a higher level of everything around me, a higher level of existence? Why wouldn't I want to separate myself? Now, I'm not trying to teach you anything when it comes to uh, like a new way of thinking, because it's not a new way. It's not a new way, but it's a new way of observing that which is not so obvious. Because it's not so obvious um, when you're the one that decides to do the separation. You're already here. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to include that in my book, but I should have my book done by spring. I haven't even started it, but I write pretty fast. So, but I should have it done. It should be by the end of spring. I should have it done, and maybe ebook it, or probably, yeah. We'll see how that works out. It's more of a autobiography slash story. And so that's the way I want to keep it like that, sort of an autobiography slash story. But a lot of the things that we look at it one way because it's presented to us one way. But then a lot of people will flip stuff and say, wait, I wonder if it was like this instead. So you have to be that person that says, wonder if it was like this instead. That has to be you. That has to be you. Only you. That has to be you. You see what I mean? Just like we used to have the men's, and we used to have men's and women bathrooms. We used to have ladies and gentlemen's bathroom. Hmm. If you took both of those, uh, which category do male and female automatically fit in? Hmm. They probably fit in male and female. You got boys and girls. Boys and girls is the only legitimate bathroom situation that does not discriminate, because ladies and gentlemen's bathroom actually discriminate, and you never looked at it like that, because it discriminates. Ladies and gentlemen is discrimination, and in this culture that they have now, somebody may get called on that. Ladies and gentlemen is very descriptive of who it's talking about. Men and women is also discriminatory. Men and women is discriminatory. Boys and girls is not discriminatory. Not really. You can say that men, but men are just, a lot of times they're just known as boys. I'm still a boy. Oh, you still a boy. You ain't gonna never outgrow being a boy. Okay, so there we go. Just simple things, folks. Simple things, children, that we never use, that maybe we need to use. I heard some story. I don't know. I was just reading right now that Canelo's supposed to be fighting somewhere. Hmm. In Mexico or something like that. That he's trying. What he's doing? Trying to get them some money or some. I don't know. Somebody let me know the story, Lala D. Or somebody let Eagle know what the story is with Canelo. What is he pulling? Is he pulling some kind of fast one on us? Does he have us riding on the train again? Are we all on that troll train again? With Canelo? Is Canelo trying to escape an ass whooping? Canelo don't like to get his ass whooped. Canelo, you are not the warrior that you claim to be. You know what I mean? I want a payday too. I'll fight your ass. You got to come up to my weight though. I'll fight you. I ain't gonna fight you fair like everybody else fights you. I'm gonna use my length and height on your ass. I'm gonna rough your shit up. Yeah, I'm gonna rough your ass up. If we fight, well, you getting roughed up. There ain't no, you ain't getting no clean shots off. I'm pushing you in your throat against the ropes and trying to land like the biggest bomb I can. That's all I'm doing. I'm just throwing 5 punches per round, all nothing but hooks, uppercuts, and haymakers, trying to take you, trying to knock your ass into oblivion. But what you hiding for? I heard you hiding. I see my brother out there, Sir Flame. Salute to Sir Flame. They better try to get in here, Sir Flame, because Eagle gotta go. I gotta go do some work today. They scheduled me for close to my time. You guys know how I like to do it. You guys know I like to work weekends, but shit, they got me working because weekends. You really get paid. Because this is really nothing if you think about it. Weekend. What do you do on weekends? Man, please. Anybody who, if you got a regular job, I see Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz out there and more. Yeah, salute, brother. So salute to both of y'all. But I'm gonna tell you like it is. Lala D, where you at? Get your ass back here. But if you're not a person that goes out and all that, man, go on and get your and your family needs you on the weekend, man. Go on and get your time and a half or whatever. Get your time and a half and double time, man. Whatever. Get your extra money. Matter of fact, make that one of your days, because that way, shit, you can actually work, instead of working 5 days, you can work 4 or 4.5 days if you want. Go out there and get your money, man. You're not going out and all that. Just go on and get your money. Go get your money. Go get it. Shit, it's sitting there waiting for you. Shit, if you ain't got your own business, you know. Yeah, I'm trying to get my stuff going again. Finally, hopefully I'll be able to go see my seamstress and stuff like that and have a little chat with her. Shit, I need her to, shit, man. She don't know how bad I need her, man. You know, she get her little crew behind her, man. Please. You put out my products right like that. Yeah, I want to put her to work, man, but she don't want, you know. She rather work for somebody. I'm like, how much you getting paid? I should pay her by the hour. How much you getting paid? Okay, as long as you're working, you getting there work, I'll pay you the same what you're getting paid over there. Now, she gonna argue and fight about that. I'll pay you the same whatever you getting paid, I'll pay you the same, but you get to sit at home. Now, because you know you're gonna be taking extra breaks when you're at home. But anyway, Sir Flame says salute to Eagles, absolute to the chat. And as always, he says, jab that like button on your neck. Don't get naked. Eagles Web Boxing. Got the fire up there, flaming with the 100. Of course, the glove is always in sight, baby. Of course, never forget about those things. Don't forget about those. Yep. But Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more salute my brother at Eagles Web Boxing. Bruce Gas also at Sir Flame salute. Sir Flame says salute to Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. So Sir Flame is in here for a second at least. Lala D, where you at? Come say hello to Bruce and say hello to Sir. Stop playing. Stop playing with people when I gotta leave when I can't be here that long on a Friday. This actually, so at least I'm going somewhere that I can appreciate a little bit better. I had problems with these people. And I'm not going to say it was like the worst problems, but I had a little bit of problems with them. But it turns out that those problems are starting to mend themselves a little bit. Like the other place I go to, I really don't like their whole crew over there. You know, they got their chins up in the air. I don't like playing that shit there. Okay, Sir Flame says salute to Bruce Gas. I think I had that. I think I read that already. I'm not sure, so I just keep reading. I'm always reading. But somebody let me know, Bruce, where is Canelo trying to escape to? What kind of shit is he trying to pull? You see, I don't have my crown on today. Got my beanie on. But I heard that he's trying to escape to Mexico. He wants to fight in Mexico, try to bring the Mexican people some money or whatever. Something like that. That's the story that I didn't listen or read the whole story. You know, I don't know what is he doing? What are you doing? What you doing, brother? I don't know what you doing, Canelo. How you hiding out? What you trying to do, man? What you trying to prove? Huh? You trying to prove something? What you doing? So I don't know what Canelo's doing. He don't want to fight Mexicans. Now he want to fight in Mexico. Dude, you all over the place, man. So much non-masculine energy there. I'm sorry, man, and somebody can get mad at me if you want to, but men have a certain masculinity about themselves when they want something. When they really want something, hey, this is what it is. They put that "this is what it is" voice on. This is what it is, champ. This is what it is. This is what we doing. Even if they front and they still gonna put it on, they might lose, but shit, that's the energy. I didn't say nothing about the confidence. I mean, well, the confidence and the energy, but that's true. The confidence and energy, but I'm not saying the abilities. The ability might not be there as well. So I'm not going to say that you're going to definitely do what you say you're going to do. I don't know. You might go in there and get, pieced up. We would hope that you don't get pieced up, but you could. There's a possibility of you going in there getting pieced up. But at least you making that call, that challenge. But like I said, the recording stays in my mind when I hit Canelo. Tell me I was born ready. Yeah, you was born ready to run, and you was born ready to pick and choose. That's what you was born ready for. So you shouldn't. Don't use English words like that if you didn't know what you was saying. You was born. You ain't born ready. You born ready to duck out and run. You don't want to fight anybody who's actually like hard competition. You don't want to do it. You never did. You never did. A lot of your fights like setups. Every time you fight somebody that's a little bit difficult, you look sorry. And B-Vols don't even have the best skill set, but you went over there and got beat up. You took a 25 piece. You took a 25 piece combination in front of the world. In front of the whole world, you took a 25 piece combination. And now you want to run off somewhere else. You trying to run from all the smoke. A lot of fighters supposed to be, you supposed to want all the smoke, because with the smoke comes the gold. When the smoke has cleared, then you have gold. That's the spoils, the war. The war is the smoke. The smoke is happening, the fire and smoke is happening during war. After that, you get spoils. You get that which is left over from the war. Don't try to play with us when it comes to the, any kind of game of wars and stuff like that. Don't try to play with us, because you cannot win because of the thought process. Your thought process is way below standard. It's not even average. Your thought process is not even average, and that's sad. Your ring IQ is average at best. But they still labeling you pound for pound. I don't know if they're getting paid. If using that word pound for pound is getting people paid, then they must be getting paid off of still saying that you pound for pound, because you're not pound for pound. I'm sorry, you're not pound for libra by the libra. You're not. You're not. Sorry, you are not. That's my estimation. Somebody prove it to me that he is pound for pound. Prove it. Sir Flame said Canelo got maybe one more fight, and I think he's done. Maybe two, just off his action since his last loss. Yeah, he's just he's doing clown stuff, man. You doing clown stuff. The state of boxing. Let me make this statement clear. Let me make this clear. If Canelo is more or less still considered pound for pound, number one, in the face of boxing, then the state of boxing is screwed. I'm sorry, it is. It's screwed. If you could use that for your example, pound for pound. Because I know you're going to do a documentary and all that shit. You're going to, show where he came up at, and he was this redhead kid and all that. You're going to sell that shit to somebody. But you don't have to guess who you're not selling the shit to, because guess what? I don't even want to see it. It's garbage. It's going to be garbage. And the reason anything that he does, any kind of documentary, anything that you do, any series you do on him is going to be garbage to me is because he's still active today. And the kind of jack moves that he's pulling today. And that's why I'm not going to fall for it. Sir Flame said, can I get a 25 piece with a side, with sides, no drinks? Nothing to wash the 20. Hey, how you going to take a 25 piece, Sir Flame? You ain't got nothing to wash it down, brother. Don't you got to wash that down? You need at least water. You ain't got no red Kool-Aid or nothing. No red Kool-Aid, no grape, no lime. I low-key like lime Kool-Aid, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite, but that and that lemonade, you could always mix them up with something else and and create something. But that lime, I used to like that lime cold. That lime is actually good. If you have a cold, I mean cold. Lime cold is pretty good. They weren't necessarily my favorites. My favorite was red. So I don't know. I don't know whichever red. Not necessarily strawberry red, but I like say like the tart, like the I think it was cherry, the cherry red and the punch red. Punch was okay, but that cherry red with some lemons in there, and I don't know oranges. That's what you put in there. You put in oranges, a little bit of lemons, a little bit of pineapple up in there. That's what's up. Y'all don't know shit, man. Y'all too young, man. Y'all like 20 years old. Y'all don't know a damn thing, man. Stop visiting me. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all come see me. But yeah. It's just, Eagle got Tourette's. So Eagle's out of his mind half the time, but it's neurological, it's not mental. My mind is not going to be wasted, like I said. I put out my own publication. Like I said, I was supposed to work on books and stuff like that. I was supposed to do like children's books. I never did, but I will. Yeah. I'll get everything together. I'll get it all together. Just start doing stuff because I've been getting assigned that, hey, Eagle, the feather has fallen, or the wing has fallen, it's clipped. It needs to be repaired, and you need to start, getting some other stuff done. Because I'm settling into more or less like a workload. I'm working like a regular person would work, where I'm thinking about certain works and stuff like that. But no, you have to use whatever you have. You use your talent, when you can. Don't try to use your talent when it's too late. Even if you gotta, even if you can do it on the weekend or something, but always use your talent that you have. Everybody has talent. They already got you locked up. I know you live in this big old house, but you don't think you're locked up, but you are. You're inside. Anytime you're inside of anything, you're locked up. If you ain't inside of a palace that has trees and stuff in it, now I can see that. The only way I would want to live, the only place I would feel comfortable is a place that could actually have an open roof with trees and flowers and all that, where the wildlife can come in and all. That's the only place I would feel like comfortable. I would feel like I really feel free. I feel freedom. As soon as I get behind walls, it's like everything shuts down. It's like, damn, I'm behind these walls again. I feel more comfortable way out in the middle of nowhere. Because people think it's nowhere, but for me, it's somewhere. Yeah, but the 25 piece with the sides, yeah. Yeah. Sir Flip said he washes if he takes a 25 piece. Yeah, he's he said he's washed. So he's already washed. He don't need nothing to wash the 25 piece down if you take a 25 piece. That's Derek's fault. Derek said he took like a 20. I mean, I wasn't even really thinking about it. It was a 20-something piece that he took, but it was over 20 pieces. But here's the main thing here is, look, if you are the greatest, you're the GOAT right now, you're pound for pound, name name any boxer that was pound for pound or boxer of the year. Name any fighter that you know of that was considered to be great, that sometime in his career you actually watched him take like a 25 piece. I'll wait. I mean, we can go on with our discussion, but I'll wait on this one for sure. I'll wait. I want to know who this person is that took the 25 piece. Oh yeah. He said he said you had me until you said about the wildlife and come in. Say I love wildlife, but in your house. No, not like that. I said a palace type, a palace. So in other words, you open up, like say for instance, you come out, you're inside, but when you go out, like in your court, in the open courtyard, you can. I'm not talking about lions, tigers, bears, and mountain lions and all that shit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the hummingbirds, birds, this little small, this small stuff. Like the lions and shit, they got to be on the outside. I can't have them walking right past me. I'm like, no, this motherfucker. I'll be like, no, you too close. I got to tell them they're too close. Not that kind of wildlife. I got you on that. Yeah, I don't want that kind of wildlife. But what I'm saying is that the app is open to where stuff can actually like come in. Not my actual living quarters though. I just wasn't that specific. But I was talking about palace. I'm talking about something that's big because we used to have those things here in the United States. They'll never tell you that, but we used to have. That's how we used to live. We used to live close to each other. We used to live in close quarters. I'm telling you. We used to live in close quarters, but our stuff was more than the houses and everything. Everything was like a palace. It was like one giant, it's like kingdoms. Like a real actual kingdom and stuff where people, cleaned up and, you had the fresh water going past your place and all that. They don't want to share that. And I'm trying to work with an artist to get that taken care of. But right now he's slow. Not necessarily slow, but he's a designer too. And he's working on something else right now. So hopefully we can get that done. Because I can't do everything myself, man. It's impossible. You don't have enough life. You got to live to be 500 years old to get half the stuff done that you want to really get done. But if you can get somebody to help you, then you can get if you can get somebody that's reliable to help you, then you can get it done. I was thinking about a story earlier, and I was just like, wow, just kind of reflect on life. It's like, because there's people, like, for instance, there's people that you can have, I'll get into it, but let me see what, yeah, Sir Flame said, you talking about cougars in the house, but the two-legged ones, yeah, cougars in the house, but yeah, the different two-legged ones, those are okay, but not the ones with the claw. They got claws too, but not the ones with the sharp claws. Or they can have sharp claws too. So, but not the what I'm talking about. The ones with the teeth. Now, okay, so they can have. So a cougar can have claws, and a cougar can have claws, but only one cougar has the teeth, like the canine. Yeah, so not those. We don't want those involved. Yeah, so I was thinking earlier, Sir Flame. I was just thinking about this, and I was just like, because I'm always in the deep, heavy thought, and so I was thinking. I said, yeah, it's always good. I thought about you and some other people. I just think about random everybody. I think about everybody, people that I have personal conversations with, and people that I just like chat with on here. And I was like, you know what? There's certain people that that you should have their back. There's certain people. And then there's certain people that maybe you shouldn't have their back. Like a cute girl. That's not automatic. Just because you're cute don't automatically mean I got your back. Usually the right to having somebody's back, like your grandparents, no matter if they're a jerk or not, you got their back. That's automatic. Certain stuff is automatic. Your girl is not even automatic. I'm sorry. A lot of time your wife is not automatically that you got her back sometimes, but she should be because you married her. But that's not automatically that you got her back. Sorry. People that have the same interests that you have, those are the people that you protect, that you have their back. Somebody just owns some bullshit. I don't know if I can have your back. I don't want to have your back. Even if I have to, so you got to have their back. I get mad sometimes. I used to when people said that you had to have certain people's back. I'm like, I ain't trying to have their back. They ain't going to have my back. It ain't nothing like being forced to have somebody's back when you know good and damn well they wouldn't have your back. That's the worst thing. I got to have their back and knowing they wouldn't have mine. Man, that puts salt on me right there. Damn right I'd be salted because you might as well just put this say I'm rolled in salt right now. Hell yeah, I'm rolled in salt because I'm all salted up because you want me to have, somebody else's back that would damn sure not have my back. In the state of boxing, man, we just even going back to even like the state of boxing. The state. This is sad. This is a sad story here. Uh, this is a sad story where if you think about it, it's a sad story that the so-called face of boxing is one of the running, one of the non-smoke wanting champions that we ever had. And if you notice, nobody can answer my question. Simple. When was the last guy that you could call, oh, that's pound for pound, he's one of the greatest? When's the last guy you seen take that you could label like that? This took a 25 piece like nothing. Okay, I guess I'll take a 25 piece. Here we go. Stop it. Stop telling me about viruses and all that. Yeah. Yep. We got I listened to this. This just popped up right now. It's talking about nephew Tommy. But yeah, nephew Tommy had me. I listen to it, like in the car sometimes when I'm driving. I listen to nephew Tommy, and the shit he be doing. He has me crying. He had me crying, laughing, with some of the stuff. He puts pranks on people. He does a lot of pranks. People will like contact him, and he'll he'll pull pranks on people, calling them, and saying stuff that's not true. You know. He did this one where he was saying this guy's wife was a dude or whatever. He used to be a dude, and he said it was his brother and stuff. Oh wow! And that was killing me. It was killing me just to listen to him. You imagine that somebody tell you that your girl used to be a guy, and you don't know, and you've been in all ways, intimate. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. It's just not a good. That's an overall not good feeling. It's just an overall not a good feeling. It's just not. It's just not a good feeling. Yeah. It's not. My stomach would, if that had happened to me, man, I wouldn't even. It's hard to think about it because I wouldn't know what I would do. To be honest, I don't know what I would do. I'm like, man, I'll lose it. Gil Cole, what's up, Eagles Way up? What's up, Gil? Yeah, I was just thinking about them pistolas and stuff, Gil. I can't have my ego out here. I can't have my ego. Well, Gil's been getting all the boxing stuff right lately. He's an avid studier of the boxing, it seems like, because he knows, he's learning a lot more and having a lot more information. So what's this whole thing, Gil, with this art, your pound for pound Canelo? What's this whole thing about him giving up money or wanting, all of a sudden now he wants to fight in Mexico, try to give Mexico some money or whatever? What? I don't know. I just seen a little article or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit on it and let us know what's going on with Canelo. Second question for Gil Coles. When's the last time you seen a pound for pound, or so-called one of the greatest fighters ever, in their prime? When have you ever seen one of them take a 20-something piece from somebody? Because that's another thing. Because I'm getting tired of these. I'm getting tired of. I think it's Davis and my little nephew and them. I'm getting tired of everybody congratulating Canelo and still calling him the pound for pound. I'm just getting me. I'm not jealous, but I think somebody else has to be more deserving of being called pound for pound than he does right now. Yeah. Who's he fighting? Man, that's a good question. That's a good question of who Canelo's fighting. I don't know who Canelo's fighting, but he's saying he's fighting in Guadalajara in May. That's all I know, supposedly. But I can't trust him. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. But I think he's looks like he's fighting. You know what? He's getting kind of sad. The name. I'll just give you the name. This is what it says. It says John Ryder. And I don't know. Don't ask me about the source because I don't know how reliable it is if he's going to fight John Ryder. But just thinking about it, that kills me though. John Ryder, are you kidding me? That's who you fighting? No, but he's pound for pound, right? Right? He still they still got him at pound for pound, even though he's the only fighter this only pound for pound fighter I see take a 20 something piece and not want that not and not re up, not want to run it back. You know, a lot of the stuff he say, man, like I said, it stays up here. I don't have to quote the day that he said it, but everybody know he was born ready. Born ready. No, you're not no. He's not the GOAT. He's not no pound for pound. He can stop it. It's not. I would not want to pay for his fights. I rather, like I said, I still rather. Yeah, John Ryder next. Yeah. So I'd rather see a Gervonta Davis fight than you. Who you got over the weekend, Gil? Or was it something, any of these things that you was interested in? Any of these matches that you was interested in coming up over the weekend? Well, you know we got a heavyweight. We got a heavyweight tonight. Then went he done went overseas. He like, shit, I'm going overseas. He went overseas to go get that action, right? I don't know much about him. About Balogun. Yeah. Balogun, I don't know none, I don't really know about him like that. But I say he just now starting off shit. If he, if he's going all the way overseas to fight, he must want some smoke. He got something going. So, but like I said, I'm not going to throw all that out there. I was trying to ask everybody if Max Sayo can, step up and, and he has to be able to impose his will, or he has to develop a better boxing style if he's going to compete at a higher level. Because just having power and stuff is just it's not working out for him. And it does because a lot of these things that when these fighters have power and they just don't have the skill set, it goes all the way back. So I'm going to tell you guys where it goes back to. So it goes all the way back to Ernie Shavers. It really does. A lot of people don't know that. It goes all the way back. John Jones versus Cyril Gene tomorrow night is must see. Okay, yeah, you got to, yeah. I don't know if I got that. I don't know if I want to spend that money though, Gil. I like him. He has a good. I like the way. He talks good and all that, and can fight. He can back it up. He can back it up. But like I said, it goes back to Ernie Shavers. People don't understand that, but that's where it all goes back to when it comes to these fighters that don't have the experience. Because Ernie Shavers didn't start fighting until he got into his 20s. That's when he started. Most boxers start off before preteen that they start off. Okay. So, but he started off in his 20s. And what everybody remembers about him is that his punches Somebody was quoting. They said, "Damn," he said his uppercut was like an elevator to heaven. God, that's a hard uppercut. Okay, now these fighters aren't like Ernie Schaefer's, but what kept Ernie Schaefer's from being, from being top for a long time, for being like at the top and then just becoming like the undisputed champ and becoming the champ. What stopped him was just skill set of the fighters that was above him. And see, this is what people don't understand. There is always the skill set of fighters that are on the top and pinnacle that keep you as just a same old type of fighter mythology, just everybody understands what you're going to do. What keeps you from getting there is skill set. And a lot of people act like it's the amateur background. Now, there's always two sides because remember Loma just jumped straight to the top. They just blew him up and he just went straight to the top. But now he's not a champ anymore. Again, that quick. So some fighters can, they can hype you up and call you Matrix or whatever they want to call you, magician or whatever they want to say. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help you. I was lost my thought because Gil, he said Wilder versus Shavers. God dang. To be honest, Wilder versus Shavers. Shavers, I think, he can take a lot of shots too, though. God dang. I got Shavers. I got Shavers only because of Wilder's style, Wilder's skill set. I'm gonna tell you why Shavers wins. This is why Shavers wins. Shavers wins that fight, Gil, because of the overhand rate. Wilder is more or less he's a complainer of the overhand right, and with Shavers, he's gonna hit you with overhand rights regardless. You're gonna get hit with overhand rights. You know what I mean? And Wilder could hit him with a couple of shots, and he wouldn't necessarily fold. Even with the Wilder's power, he wouldn't necessarily fold after this a couple of shots because Foreman could hit, and it took him a while. I mean, just like Ali said, it take a lot to crack that acorn. It take a lot. He's sitting there grinning. He's sitting there grinning at the same time. That's good though, because I never, out of my fantasies or me thinking, I never really thought about Wilder versus Shavers. That's a good one. It's probably one of the best ones I got that I heard. Wilder versus Shavers. It could go any way, but God dang, I'm not dissing Wilder. Wilder, he could win. It wouldn't be a situation where Wilder just couldn't win. But because of the overhand being his kryptonite, I think that against Shavers, I think that the overhand would. Now, if you put Wilder versus Foreman is just too big and mean and strong. Let me see. Prime Foreman versus Prime Wilder. I'm trying to think how that actually goes. Foreman just great jab though. That's all Wilder. I don't know if I can't see Wilder getting out of the way of the jab. And Wilder gets roughed up. I think it's an easy one for Foreman. It's easier than the Shavers. Shavers is going to be like it's going to be back and forth until Shavers land that overhand. But Wilder versus Foreman, I got to go Foreman. Wilder could win, but I probably got to go Foreman. Because I don't know if Wilder would ever be able to land like he can land. Foreman had pretty good defense. Long arms and push. He will push. And see, Wilder, the reason that I do that is because Wilder will get roughed up. And it's like, you can't afford, in that era with those kind of fighters, you couldn't, I mean, if you got roughed up by those fighters back then, you wasn't only gonna get roughed up, you was gonna get beat up on top of that. Just like Frazier. If Frazier was roughing you up, you probably was gonna get beat. You're probably getting beat up. You're probably not just getting roughed up. You're probably getting beat up. But not to say that Wilder wouldn't win any of them, because you could also see that Wilder could win, because you never know. Wilder might hit your ass with that lightning in the bottle. If he hit you with that lightning in the bottle, it'd be over with. Yeah. So do you have Magsayo? Who you guys got? You guys think Magsayo can come back? As you notice, I'm not going to even really talk about Canelo as much, but if you fighting, all the way down in Mexico, and you giving up money and everything else, and then see your trail is so messy because you're telling people they want payday, and you ain't willing to give a good fighter a payday, but you willing to go all the way. Come on, stop it, stop playing with us, man. You're a comedian, man. You messing with us. Yeah, you messing with us, Canelo. You being a comedian, man, right now. And that shit is just like, it's not good, man. It's not good to play comedian. When we trying to find out about what's really going down in boxing, and you're sitting here, being a comedian. Yeah. 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 I guess Jake Paul is still in the media. We ain't gonna really cover him, but he wanted to. Yeah, I guess he's blaming everybody for his loss now. So like, get your ass out of here. How you gonna blame everybody for your loss? Oh, is it your fault that loss? Is Dre everybody's loss? No, you know how to go get a dub. You've been getting W's. Just keep getting W's. You can fight Badu Jack next. If you beat him, then they gonna rank you for sure. Go on and fight Badu Jack. I want to see it. I'm gonna pay to see that one. Okay, so you finally got Eagle to pay to see you fight. So what you gonna say now? What kind of excuses you gonna make up now? Because I'll pay to see you fight. There's certain fights I will pay to see you fight because I want to see you get the Bevo. I'll watch you fight him again. Because I'm going to watch you get beat up. I just want to see you get beat. I like to watch you get beat up. I don't like to see you win. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But on this Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis, which I still don't see no posters and shit. When them posters coming out, Gil Coles? I don't see the flyers. I don't see none of the real, like, official paperwork yet. Everybody always talking about they fighting, but I don't see no official paperwork. Matter of fact, Canelo, we need some official paperwork because it's already March. Oh, 8 days, the birthday, Eagle birthday. Yeah, so, but Wilder says that, yeah, I think he's saying that Garcia don't stand a chance. He's like, yeah, Tank gonna kill you. A lot of people think that. I don't think he stand a chance either, to be honest. I think it's a setup. That's what I believe. I just think it's a setup. I think that they done blew this kid up. He got some good wins. He didn't beat, good fighters, but I'm just saying. You get your ass out there if you want to with Tank. Because what you're thinking that you're faster, you're going to block everything, ain't going to never land. Nothing like that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Because matter of fact, if you get Tank to the point where Tank really needs to whoop you, and you've been talking a whole lot of smack, I think he'll come out. Because a lot of times Tank, like he said, like Tank even said last time, he said, I'm still making the mistake of not coming out fast enough and warm and shit like that. That's what he's saying. That he's not coming out fast enough. So, now, with a lot of fighters, Tank's probably thinking he don't know how they're gonna come out. But see, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come out. This is what I think you're gonna do. So this is my estimation, is that you feel like you're gonna come out fast against Tank, and Tank is gonna be right there to meet you. Uh, and I think that's what the problems are. I think that's the problem, is that you feel like you're gonna come out and just take it to him. Oh, I'm taking him out. This ain't nothing. You're looking at it like it's a 2-round fight. Like nobody got him out there. I'm getting him out of there. I'm coming straight at him. But then once you come in, you're gonna find out. Once you come out there, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out what it is with Tank. You're gonna find out why he's a little bit different than all these other fighters you've been fighting. Now a lot of people might go for you, but hey, hey. Okay, Gil said he got Figueroa by decision. So you don't think Magsayo can step up? Step up. He just got power and that's it. Oh yeah, you wasn't here the other day, huh? When I talked about that, you said how I felt about Wilder hugging on Fury. Do you believe it though? You believe Wilder? You think it was genuine, or you think Wilder's like, you still cheating? You still a cheating ass dog. Um, Here's the thing, Gil, that we talked about before, and because you've been with me forever, so we talked about this before, and the way I look at this is that I hope that we're not getting played. That's what I really hope. I hope that they're not playing us. That's what I hope. Now, I don't want to talk in code, and I don't want to get in no kind of trouble or nothing like that with nobody. I don't want nobody to think one way or another. Um, Boxing is a sweet science. That's what they call it. There's not like it's always been glorified by the most righteous people. People can make arrangements, and people can agree on certain stuff um, to please the public and to please the fans. So let me put it out there like this. Okay, hopefully you know what I'm saying, but let me put it out there like this. They make fight films, and for fight movies. They make fight movies for a reason, right? So let me ask this question: are fight movies fake, or are fight movies real? Or are they a little bit of both? Like it could be a little fake but real. But are they? Are fight movies fake or real? Just think about that. Fight movies themselves. If you remember in Diggstown, the biggest match was the last fight when they thought that the bet was already won, but one of the participants had never stepped in the ring, and so now they put what they call a so-called ringer in there to fight, right? And so happens that the ringer owed the guy that was betting owed him a big favor. Unbeknownst to the ones that went and got the ringer, and all he had to do to end the fight was put the thumbs down. So a lot of people ain't seeing it, they not understanding it, but sometimes things are put right there in your face for a reason. So I would actually have to talk to Wilder about that, because I don't even. You know what I read though, Gil? I read that their beef was squashed and all that. I don't know. If you think somebody cheated you for years, I don't know. I don't know how you can squash anything. Because I don't trust that what comes out of that man's mouth. If he's trying to be apologetic, oh I cheated you, man, my bad, or whatever. I don't. Would you fall for that? I tell you what, Gil, and you're a person. You don't like a lot of controversy when it comes to this country. I mean, you really believe in. I think you really believe in this country. But I'm telling you, a lot of these things about this country are really deceiving, man. And I hope you can get that one of these times. A lot of these things are deceiving. You know, you might think one way about me, like, you know, ego. How could you ever made a good? How were you in war or anything? How were you any good at what you did? Um, I'll put it to you like this: is that when you're younger, your mindset is a certain way, but when you get uh, older, your mind changes with the same information you had when you were younger. Let me paint this picture real quick. When you're a child, you a lot of times you believe because you see these at the malls and stuff. You see these Easter bunnies and all that. You believe in Easter. You believe in Easter bunny and all that. See, now even if the bunny did exist, it was Easter. Bunnies can't have eggs or lay eggs or nothing like that. But you kind of, oh yeah, these special eggs when they're colored like that. When you're a little kid, you feel like that is something that's real. When you get older, you realize that the Easter bunny and all that is just made up stuff, right? So you look at stuff a little bit different. There was a time where people pledged allegiance to a flag, allegiance. So you pledge allegiance. Think about your allegiance to something. You pledge your allegiance to the flag when you're little. But then that flag falls on you or stabs you a few times, and then you no longer want to pledge any kind of allegiance to it. I'm not hating what America has done if it's done anything good. But for me, only thing I do hate, and everybody knows that because I'll tell you, only thing I hate is evil. This country, this land mass that we're on is not America. It's not really even owned by America. You got to do research and find out. It's not actually owned by anybody. Because you don't have ownership. You have stuff that belongs to you, but you're not the owner. It's like you have the right to use it. Because think about it. If you have the right to use something, you only have the right to use it as long as you're around. You could pass it down. But if you can't pass it down. So I'm just saying. So no, I don't believe it. I can say that. I don't believe him. Put it this way, I don't trust him. I still want Wilder to hurt him. I see Wilder working on that new hook he got, that new that little outside hook. Where he throws from the outside. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what you do, Wilder. Let's go. We'll see if Wilder's working on. The thing about that was like a few years ago, Wilder's working on that hook, but it just never came into fruition. Never like, just never came into play when he's actually fighting. So, but what we need him to do is move. We need him to be able to get somebody the hell up off of him. That's what we need. And when Wilder can get somebody off of him, just charging in and laying all up on him, then we're in good shape. You know what I mean? Get your ass off me. You can turn, make somebody come over, make somebody fly past you and shit. But when you can't, because I'm gonna be honest with you, for him, I think he can look at Tommy Hearn's mistakes, and that will help him out. Because when somebody is desperately trying to knock you out, they don't a lot of times they just ignore your jab, and yes, you just really putting something on them. A lot of people, even to be honest, the ones with the best jabs, when somebody knew that they had to come knock you out, a good fighter know they had to come knock you out, they would get past that jab. Even Ali's jab, people would get past Ali's jab. People would get past, and when I say people, I'm not gonna name. You guys know the fighters, right? I'm not gonna necessarily name the fighters, but remember, uh, even when it came to Larry Holmes with that piston-like strong-ass jab, when somebody knew that they had to try to come get the knockout, yeah, they came past that jab. Like, okay, I took a couple of jabs, So a jab is a defensive weapon, also offensively, but defensive weapon. A lot of times that jab, if you're not great with it, you got to have movement too. You can't just have just that jab, because like I said, people get desperate. They're like, oh shit, I don't care. I got to throw everything out here. I don't care what happens. I'm going for the knockout. Then they just kind of disrespect your jab. You see, so we know it has to be something where you turn. Where you turn like boom. You're going to have to be something where you move. You got the jab, like, oh, okay, he's trying to get past that jab. I'm going to have to go underneath. I got to go underneath it over here. And I got to come back, or I got to turn this way. you're going to have to, it's something you're going to have to use other skills than just that, your jab, especially, and his jab is kind of lazy too. Yeah. That's what it is, because his jab is kind of lazy. He don't have like the very powerful. Yeah. Like I say, it's very powerful, But a lot of times, like I said, all that power and stuff, all that power is the same. Okay, Gil said my phone number is staying. Okay, don't worry, I'll hit you once I get time, brother. I got a lot to do this weekend, so yeah, we'll wrap. We'll talk about those things that I said. Yeah, but you already know me, though. We got this small forum, but you already know how they do us, Gil. I just need to go back and look at. I can't even find my shows. I need to go back and find those shows that they banned from other countries. It's like, why are you banning our show from other countries? So, it must be some kind of truth being told in this little forum to where you got to ban us from other countries. Wait, it's only a little bit of information. We're banned. And all that does, if you ban us from other countries, you would feel that those people from the other countries say, hey, wait a minute, how come we can't watch this? Why is this banned? They're going to find a way to listen to it, or they're going to have somebody listen to it. People are not as foolish as they once were. People go get stuff done. They're not as foolish as what they were. But shout out for Mark Sayo. Go out there and try to get back into it. Gil says you're going to get decision, though. I don't know. You might get decision, but Gil Cole thinks that you're going to get decision. And so I don't know who to go with. I think you're going to get decision. To be honest, I think you might get decision, too. Sorry about that, Mark. Sorry, I wanted to be in your corner, but I think you're going to get decision also. Richardson versus Davies. It's going to be on Fight. I don't really care about British fighters, but let's just say Davies wins. Let's say majority decision. Abdulayev versus Nunez. That's actually a good one. But I'm going to say it's going to be a struggle. It might even be a split. I might have to go with Abdulayev on this one. So Abdulayev, he might get that win. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and go with Balogun. Balogun is the heavyweight. I think I'm going to have to go with him. So we got Figueroa. We got Vidal versus Garcia. Should we go with the American? We're going to go with the American. We're going to go with Hurd. We're going to go with Garcia. Yeah, so we heard Garcia, Richardson, Davies. So I don't care. Maybe Davies. and then Ward and Komatov. I don't know featherweights. I don't know you guys, and I don't know Chiba and Kurihara. I'm gonna go with the Japanese fighter because they're both Japanese fighters. So I'm gonna go with them, and we'll talk more about it. Hopefully, we get some exciting boxing. That's all I care about. I just want something that's exciting. That's all. That's it. Yeah, all I care about. So the Figueroa fight, I'll watch it, and we'll see how it works out. I hope it's a good fight though. I don't want it to be. I hope they don't be fighting like the Matias fight was and Ponce. Don't fight like that, y'all. I can use this. I want to see another fight like that, but right now we don't. No, we see what happens when you fight in a phone booth like that. So when you fight in a phone booth like that, then you get phone booth results. But anyway, Eagle got to go. I got to get out of here. I got to go put I got to go get dressed up. Take these vines out. I got to go put something else on. So I got to tie my wig up and all that. And I got to go to work. So, but I appreciate everybody who came through today. Like always, I'm going to holler at he's still my little brother no matter what. He's talking a lot of shit, but thanks Gil. Gil is like, he's really, he's really like concentrating on boxing a lot more than what people give him credit for. He's picking up a whole lot more. He probably knows way more about boxing than I do. Everybody that comes in here probably knows way more about boxing than me. I just know I know the art and all that. I don't keep up with a lot of the other stuff because remember I used to watch a whole lot of fights as a kid, but then I stopped watching as many fights. But equally, we watch quite a bit. If you think about it, in the last few years, we've been put a lot of fights in our system. Female fights, MMA fights, and professional fights. We can put a lot of stuff in our system. So. But I'm happy to know that people that come in, that you guys are putting other stuff in here too, not just the boxing, but you're listening to what these fighters are saying. So when they're full of shit, then we know they're full of shit. Anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, man. No matter what day it is, always with Eagles Way of Boxing, it's nothing but blessings. That's right. I'm gonna catch y'all. And I don't know who my brother is today. Derek Bailey hiding out. Derek, you need to get into the show, man. Thanks to Derek for the Cash App. Oh, Derek Bailey. It ain't enough for me to get the premium, though. It's not enough, brother. Not enough for me to get that premium channel back. Yep. It's not enough. Not enough. Almost. Almost, but not quite. Yep. Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody. I hear y'all. Gil said that Derek Bay don't hit the like buttons. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know he don't like my like button. We're gonna have words for Derek when he come back. You know how DB is. He'll come in and then he just doing whatever. Right now, I don't know. I don't know if the weather got him depressed. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he got too good of weather or something. Or maybe he met somebody. Maybe his girl is like, yeah, you don't be watching no Eagles Way Up. I don't know. I'm just messing. I'm going to catch you. DB, get back to the show, baby.